some people say, like, how many times do you need to do these videos, right? But I kind of looked at it not as me putting out videos on them. I kind of looked at it more as, like, the debate that we should have been having that we never got a chance to do. He has not officially taken accountability for anything. So that's on him to do. That I can't force him. I would like to see him do that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like I've done everything I can from my end. So tonight we're gonna kind of wrap up this saga. I guess you'd call this the season finale, which there's really no big finale in regards to it. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what happened. So we're going to just talk about a little bit about what's going on. There's a current change in plans. Not change in plans, okay? I was never going to cover Modder Paul forever, okay? I just want to be very clear about that. It was never my intention to just harass this guy and cover him forever. In fact, if anything, I feel like I've probably made it pretty clear that, like, I don't want people harassing him, right? Is that going to stop people from, you know, voicing their concerns in regards to him? Probably not. But I've been saying this whole time, right, that if he, you know, that the whole reason I'm doing this is in hopes that he gets his shit together. So eventually I talked to Monsieur Paul, and you know, I had a conversation with him over emails. And while some people have referred to it as a truce, I don't know if I'd really call it a truce as much as I'd call it more like an understanding. And that is that, like, I want to try to give this guy an opportunity to do the right thing. Like, I don't want to just be on his ass nonstop for no other reason than content. And I realize that a lot of you guys really love this topic. And it's been awesome meeting so many of you guys that are so invested in this story. And I feel like on my end, particularly, I've done, you know, what I feel like I could do in regards to bringing awareness to what was going on with him. With that said, I don't feel like I need to continue covering him. We had a chat, and I was just like, you know, he's like, he's like, why are you still making videos about me? Like, you know, what more do you want from me? And I'm like, I don't want anything from you, man. I just want you to, like, do the right thing, right? So, he doesn't deserve, I know a lot of people, I know this is going to upset a lot of people, okay? Wildflower, he doesn't deserve a truce at this time. But listen, okay? If our goal, right, is for him to grow up, I guess, or to start making better decisions for himself, then I have to give him that opportunity to do that, right? So, like, what do I gain from just constantly harassing this guy? I don't think I gain much. If anything, I feel like after a while, it just makes me a bully, you know? And I don't want to be that. That is not who I am as a person. That's not who I am, you know. That's not who I want to be as a creator online. Time to move on and continue with what you want to do. Exactly, K-Huck. And as another creator, you get that, right? I've had so much fun covering Modder Paul. It's probably been one of the... Being able to, like, speak up for the people who've been affected by him, I think that it's been one of the most rewarding things I've done since starting content creating. And that's no bullshit, okay? Like, that's real deal. I'm speaking to you guys from my heart here. It's like getting to meet so many of you who, one, either have been parts of his community, you know, have seen, you know, some things that you weren't very pleased about, or you just found me because the videos were entertaining, whatever it is, or you were one of the victims who I interviewed, like Gypsy Rose right there. You don't need to cover MP all the time. We just want the truth to come out, which it has. Exactly, Gypsy Rose. Thank you. Shout out to you for your amazing interview as well. But again, I just feel like at what point, it's like a fight, right? If you're in a fight with someone and you knock them out, do you go and start punching them on the ground on top of after you knocked them out? I mean, some people do that, but it's typically called attempted murder. And that's not something that we really want to do. You can move on to what you like. I'd like to see you do other content. Thank you, Pedal Plays. And I hope that some of you, I know that some of you have only been here for the Modder Paul content and like that's it, right? But here's another part of the truce. I did tell, okay, I gotta stop calling it a truce. The understanding, because it's not really a truce per se, because like, you know, it's like war or whatever. It's nothing like that. But I told him, you know, as long as you stop calling me a liar, and because I just want to be very clear. I've never lied. I've been super transparent about what I've been like complaining about what I've said. Sorry, I had a brain fart right there. I feel like I almost had a stroke. That was weird. I've been getting lightheaded today. I don't know why. It's very odd. Maybe I should get like my check to see if I have like diabetes or something like that. But yeah, I've been standing up and getting lightheaded at some random points today. But anyway, I just want to be very clear. My research is sound. Okay, I did everything by the book. Everything that I've ever talked about is 100% true. The Later with Lately videos where I'm reacting to his claims towards me, obviously that's true because you're watching both of us talk. Some people say like, how many times do you need to do these videos, right? But I kind of looked at it not as me putting out videos on them. I kind of looked at it more as like the debate that we should have been having that we never got a chance to do. And you know, that's his right. If he doesn't want to come on my stream, he doesn't have to. All right. I'm not the king of the world. I'm not the king of YouTube. If he doesn't want to come on my channel, he's fully right to do that. I mean, if I was in his position and I was kind of getting, he needs some milk. If I was on his, if somebody was like out there like bashing me and I swore they were lies, I'd want to be heard, right? That's just my opinion on it though. But I have talked to him about it. He addressed everything in an email. You know, it's just like the calling me names and stuff that I took exception to. So every time he would call me names, I'd make a video about it. Because one, I have a right to defend myself. Two, I was kind of looking at more as like a debate than I was me putting out videos of him. Now, that's not to say that like there's not going to be other cool videos I'm going to do. Okay, like MP is just the beginning. Also, I made it clear to him that if like he does shady, you know, if he does stuff that I would consider to be like shady or something like that, that I'll have no issues calling him out on that. And that he agreed. And I said, all right, well then if that's the case, you know, I wish you the best of luck, man. And I hope that you figure this out and you've learned, you know, valuable lessons from this. And, you know, and then he put up a $60,000 GoFundMe, which kind of, you know, annoyed me, right? So I reached out to him and I asked him, I was like, Ray, what are you doing, man? Like, why'd you do that? And of course, he got upset that I called him out about it. But I didn't do it publicly. I did it privately through emails, right? I could have easily made a video about it if I wanted to, but I didn't. So I reached out to him privately and I said, dude, like, you have to realize that, like, you're getting so much, like, hate for this previously, you know, do you think it's a good idea for you to do it again? And he actually ended up removing it. So, you know, him removing it in my opinion is progress. Yes. Thank you. Yes. It's a big deal. He removed it. He's listening to us, or at least, you know, somewhat taking, what I'm saying to him and absorbing it a bit. It's not like he's just shutting it out. So for that, I give the man props. Okay. He finally took some advice. So with that said, I'm going to probably, unless like something crazy happens that comes out about him, which I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I feel like I've uncovered everything, and he didn't even, and I told him I didn't plan on taking the videos down, which he was fine with. So props to him again for that part. You know, if I'm going to criticize the man, I have to point out parts, you know, where I think that he's doing something admirable. Because had he asked me to take him down, I would have just said no anyway. But those videos will stay up. Now, here's the reason. Now, there was like an issue that took place in my Discord that I feel like I need to talk about. I'm not going to say anybody who's involved. But essentially, the gist of the argument was, you're going to let him get away with this. So, you know, first off, it's not my responsibility to babysit him. Daniel's Crew for 5 says, only because he got caught. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that he wanted those emails coming out, you know, and could he possibly be in bad straits? Yeah. But, you know, you can't help but think that maybe that's due to some decisions that would fall on Ray's responsibility. But with that said, I've been trying to encourage him to get back to scam baiting because I think that he should get back to helping people. It would make him feel better, right? He'll finally get some income again from YouTube. See, he's not getting any income because he's not streaming. So I want him to get back to streaming. If he doesn't want to do that, that's his. If he doesn't, it's not going to stop me. I'm still going to keep doing my YouTube thing, right? So, you know, I just wanted to point this out and kind of talk about it a little bit, that as somebody who at one point made bad decisions in my life, it's important to me to think that people can change. Maybe it's a character flaw on my point, like on my end. As Marie said, yeah, I kind of want to leave it as a mic drop. The new GoFundMe says he doesn't get it at all. Well, I think from what I understand, he took it down. DSB for $20. Thank you, sir. Says, because you are a good, honest person, EG. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. I try to be. I wasn't always this way. I just made a lot of mistakes in my life. I caused a lot of people heartache. Mainly my family. You know, I've lost people who there was a person specifically who I was incredibly in love with at the time that I lost. And you know, I lost a lot due to me making bad decisions for my life. So part of me feels like this, you know, I found a second chance in life, and I feel like I'm doing the best I can to take advantage of my second position, my second chance in life. And I'm not asking you to forgive him. I'm not asking you to go all of a sudden go watch him. All I'm saying is, well, I've been saying this the whole time, don't harass him, right? We should not be doing that anyway, regardless if there was a truce or not. But, you know, just let the man try to reestablish his channel or whatever it is. And now here's the reason why I'm not worried about him doing stuff in the future. If you go and look up Ray, if you go watch his videos, right, the algorithm's automatically going to feed you my videos because I'm talking about Modder and the videos perform decently. So anytime if you go and look up Modder, you may even get some of my videos first. You'll probably get some of his scam baiting videos, but you're going to get my breakdowns too. And as far as I'm concerned, that's enough for me to feel like I'm getting the mess. Like, you know, just be cautious when you walk forward with this man. But again, if he goes forward, and I don't care if he's on his unfortunately, Pluto, you're right. He is not officially like taken accountability for anything. So that's on him to do. That I can't force him. I would like to see him do that. But, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like I've done everything I can from my end in regards to him. And if I continue doing this, I think that I'm just becoming worse and worse, because now I'm just kind of, you know, I feel like I've already done, you know, in a way, I feel like I've already given the knockout blow to him. You know, like the fight's over. It's done. I feel like I've kind of, you know, whooped him up a little bit. Now it's time for him to go back to the locker room and clean up and try to, you know, get ready for another fight that he may have down the road. Hopefully that fight is with scammers and not his audience, because I do really, truly believe that scam baiters provide a public service. I also think it's important to remember that I never wear pants when I stream. So Let's just get the elephant out of the room. I am not wearing pants right now. I do have boxers on, so I'm not naked down here, but just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that. Daniel's Crew for $2. What if he starts talking smack about you now? Well, then then it's over. That's the gist of that. That's the understanding, the understanding that we have is there's rules to it. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and bash him. He's not going to sit over there and call me a liar. Now, some people misinterpreted that as, as long as he doesn't say my name or give me shit, then I won't bring up bad stuff he does. Again, so I've kind of counted all the stuff I've done on this guy. I've done 2 full documentaries that are about an hour and a half combined. There's an hour and a half of well-edited material involving this guy, including interviews and things of that nature, talking about everything that happened. That's on my main channel, and then the videos performed pretty solidly. Then on my second channel, I have about 3 blogs about him, like 2 full 3-hour-long streams with interviews again, thanks to Harvey Dent, with talking about him. So I don't, at what point do I gotta just throw my hands up and go, okay, I don't know what else can be said about this situation. If he wants to start GoFundMes, that's up to him. It's not illegal to start a GoFundMe. That will be up to people to educate themselves about him. And I feel like when, like, as I said, when you go look on the algorithm, if you look up his channel, chances are one of my videos is going to be snuck in there alongside his videos. So that'll give people an opportunity to, like, decide for themselves whether they think I'm lying, even though I'm not. Sol and Luna for $5 says, it is more effective if others make videos at this point to cast the net wider, catch more victims. I agree. If you are someone sitting there right now and you're thinking to yourself, no, EG, say it ain't so. Or as Weezer says, say it ain't so, whoa, whoa. That you're not covering MP anymore, what will we do? And you're somebody who has a channel, I would highly say, what's up, Side Glass Bottle? I would suggest consider making your own videos. If it bothers you that much and you really want to show people, then consider making your own. But as far as I'm concerned, I am not going to attack the man anymore. I wouldn't even really say that these were attacks. They were more like educational things, but I think I've made my point. I think the story's run its course. We've been working on this for, I don't know, almost 4 full months now. And, I think I'm just ready to move on. I'm ready to talk about new things. All the videos will be staying up on both channels, so that information will be there for anybody, for you to share. If you find anybody who is talking about this, feel free to share my videos. But as far as it goes, I am not going to be going after Ray anymore. But I will have plenty of other people to go after. So I hope that some of you guys will stick around at least. But if you're only here for MP stuff, that's your business. I would hope that we've all kind of had like a fun time here. And hopefully you have faith in me that we will be able to have more fun times in the future. But as far as me going after Ray anymore, unless he directly calls me out for some reason, which... as of the last couple streams, people have told me that he said nice things about me, which, thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. Because I've never lied. Okay. At least not since I got clean anyway. I'm not a liar. The whole reason I created this channel was for people who are truth seekers to have a place to come and, we can all try and look for the truth together. That's all I care about is the truth. In my niche, if you get caught lying or someone can prove that you're lying, you're basically screwed. Your reputation just goes in the dirt, and you'll never be able to be taken seriously again. It's that serious. So I make sure that my research is sound. I make sure that what I do is important and is meaningful in some way, while also trying to entertain you and make you laugh. Now that's gonna there's gonna be plenty more opportunities like that. Obviously, the YouTube gods have looked down on me and said, "E.G., you're okay." The video I made on John Walker has had more views on it than all of my Modern Paul stuff combined. So, yeah. So there's, it gives me hope that there are other things that I could talk about that people will be interested in hearing my picks available for a small fee. So, I just wanted to hop on here first, talk about this first. This is a little intro clip that'll probably be created and cut up into its own little section and posted on later or lately. So I hope that everybody understands where I'm coming from. Realize that I'm not doing this because all of a sudden me and Ray are besties. We're not. I wouldn't say we're friends. I'm just simply saying that there's an mutual understanding currently. As a human being, we all make mistakes. It's how you learn from them mistakes that really define your character. Now, if he goes on and keeps doing all the same stuff, then most of you guys are pretty well educated on that now, okay? So you'll be able to tell others if you feel like it's something that needs... But if the guy's just streaming and scam baiting, I would suggest just letting him do it, okay? Because, okay, I don't think that really applies to this because, again, I'm not endorsing anything he's done. He has, from what I understand, stopped pulling his cat's tail. I told him to please look up the research involving that so that you realize that that's not something that you should do. Okay. So, anyway, that's it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say about that. And I hope that you guys understand. And I hope that some of you will stick around and want to continue being a part of this community with us and moving forward and trying to... what's up, Dill Hall? And trying to, I don't know. Stop looking. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. Remember, I'm the guy who don't know what I'm doing. All right. So anyway, yeah, so that's basically the gist of the story involving Modern Paul. And I hope for his sake, I do hope for his sake that he does take my advice and stops making GoFundMes, picks up a part-time. If you really cares that much about YouTube and that being his primary source of income, please get a part-time job or something like that. 4-hour shifts. You have plenty of time to still make your videos, and just try to do better. Try to do better. In no way do I condone anything he's done. I don't think I even need to say that, but I just feel like, just in case some people turn around and try to say that I'm now his bestie or something like that. That's not the case. Mutual understanding. I got to give him an opportunity to do better, and I think that's about it. So this is the part of the stream where the Modern Paul stuff ends. Best of luck to you, Mr. Modern Paul.